Essentially, we've been doing green screening for the last 6 or 7 years, I think. We started out with a very basic setup with some art paper on a wall, doing some weather forecasts, bit of fun with the boys in. We had a weekly weather forecast I used to spam the senior school with from the junior school. I'm sure it got old pretty quickly, but the boys seemed to enjoy it with a few location shoots from Taronga Zoo and various places like that. We then moved to build a full green screen. This is called a Sync Studio, which has got a curved wall. Just a little bit of an advantage of having that as a setup is obviously we can control the light levels on different days, and also that infinity look, so you don't end up with shadows and you don't end up with any corners or creases. So we've got all this gear from Dragon Imaging in our Tarman, I believe. So your choice of colour. You don't have to go green, you can go blue. For us in particular, the issue that we actually had was our uniform. So our summer uniform and our winter uniform are quite different, but unfortunately our winter uniform has blue, so the boys' ties go see-through, various things like that. So you can just get a mobile green screen like this, but just use one that's more appropriate to you. I do believe that people are trending towards green screens now because it's more of a preference for digital technology. It's more of a colour band that actually is more suitable.
Wouldn't work on you.
All right, bit of fun. So our boarders seem to love these, I don't actually know what the correct term for them, but these morph suits. We did the City to Surf last year with about 5 of them in tow. They got very hot towards the end, obviously, but you can literally use anything you like. A bit of muslin cloth, you can get that floating heads type thing happening. My little 2.5-year-old likes this dirt girl world at the moment. It freaks me out, but you can get that kind of effect of a floating head over an animated body. The Harry Potter cloak's pretty quick and easy to do. All of which is a lot of fun, helps them to relate. And I believe that there's someone who's doing a session maybe tomorrow, I won't steal their thunder, but talking about floating heads and augmented reality, I think. So this is just our simple basic setup. On a really sunny day we might go under shade, because shadow gives nicer dispersed light. These are our boys in our after school media club. Very easy effect called Key Light 1.2, very effective, and you can just sort of click on a particular colour and it just isolates that, nukes it completely, and effectively you just delete the outline to make them isolated on their own. Effects and things like that. I got a quote through from an American company and the effects were phenomenally expensive to make really good looking augmented reality effects, but all of these are completely free. So my advice to you is if you download any free augmented reality apps, you can actually film them over a green screen, and then you can actually then drop them back into your project as a layer again. So you film your explosions, export it as a video file, and then you've actually got an explosion over a green background, which you can then completely remove that background from there. So just a few ideas there. With our boys in particular like anything that's got explosions and blowing up things, but action movie effects and other things, we have a bit of a problem with the boys as they're very gun focused and we're 5 and 6. So. Last year our year 7 boys did a massive project on the Aztecs, colonisation, that sort of thing. We had a big Minecraft world happening where boys were actually going in, recording themselves, recreating the actual invasion, and this particular group of boys went that little step further, and there's about a 45-minute documentary that they made for the History Channel. Very, very animated there. You can see here actually, a little bit off the bottom, but that was using iMovie. iMovie is pretty good. You have to go into the advanced tools, but it does leave a little bit of ghosting, I would call it, just round about the trouser legs, things like that. And again, lighting would be key with that kind of a thing. Just a few of the projects. The thing about green screening, phenomenal, because they can literally put themselves anywhere. So you've got the predator effect of making yourself kind of have a cloaking visibility thing, explosions, put yourself, this is our Earth Hour video. We do a bit of a promo video each year for Earth Hour. Get our boys in different scenes there. And that was supposed to be an animated GIF. So. But rather than actually always coming up with the boys trying to find the footage, often their footage ends up really pixelated or low quality. So I would advise you just to invest in some free stock video files. Just things where they can really sort of start to think about, what would I need to do, what's my scale need to be in that project, what would I need to do if I wanted to swim alongside a whale, would I need to cover a bench with that green cloth, and there's lots of little things that you can do to really get your students sort of thinking about creative ways of using it and telling stories. Am I going off? Last one here. There was an intern in the British Ordnance Survey. He spent 2 weeks and he created the entire UK in Minecraft. It's about a 5 gigabyte file that you can download completely for free. You can then tie that in with Google Earth and you can actually do a full contour. So you could potentially just set your character walking and you could record that file. If you wanted to, you could also drop yourself into that in augmented reality or green screen yourself into your tour. This is an area I grew up in the Lake District, so Old Man of Coniston was the first mountain I ever climbed. I think it was about 8 at the time. I had a few teddy bears in my backpack, but got me up there. But again, really just tapping into what the kids' interests are, and we're finding more and more that the boys coming into our Year 5 group are really familiar with movie making, but green screening is something that they really enjoy doing.